All right, and welcome to part number 2 of the introduction to the Hawk sales method. And this is super, super important. Guys, you have to understand the value that you're bringing to the marketplace. So this is a super important video. Obviously, the mindset was the first one that we went over. This one now is understanding how are you bringing value, right? Like what kind of value are you creating in the world, in the marketplace? I think it's super important to have clarity on this. Why is this important? It's important because oftentimes what I have seen with salespeople is they're looking at things way too narrow-minded, and they're only looking at it as them making money. Now, here's the deal. Nothing wrong with making money, nothing wrong with thinking about big commission checks. The challenge is if you're only thinking about that, and that's the only perspective that you have, what will happen? You will come across some deals to where you feel bad, you feel guilty, you don't feel like you're providing value. What happens is then you will self-sabotage your own deal, and that actually takes away value from the marketplace. So I want to give you a reframe. I want to help you be able to see things from a different perspective, because it's super, super important that you're able to understand this, because there's a bigger picture at play, and it's super critical that you understand how you are creating value in the marketplace. Okay, as a salesperson in the real estate wholesaling space, you are literally the creator of value. Nothing happens in this supply chain of real estate investment properties until you, as a salesperson, get a deal under contract with the seller. Until that happens, nothing else can happen. So let's go over how and who you are bringing in value to in the marketplace, and I think it's super, super important. So here we go. In the middle we have, it says value, okay? Obviously value, I put some dollar signs here because we're talking about economic value in the marketplace, but we're also talking about goodwill, okay? Now, before we get into this is a super, super important thing. Guys, I want you to Google this and understand this principle. It's called the greater good principle. The greater good principle. And I'm gonna go over the definition with you just so you can understand here. The greater good principle says the right course of action is the one that maximizes overall well-being and success for the greatest number of people. So what does that mean? That means that when I make a decision in life or in business or in sales, the decision that I make that affects the most people in a positive way is the correct and right decision. What I see oftentimes is salespeople get too emotional because they have a narrow mind. They will actually sabotage the deal out of guilt, shame, whatever it may be, and they actually devalue the situation, and they take away opportunities from all the parties because one person may have had something they wanted to say about it. When we make decisions and we disregard the whole, and we only focus on the one person, we are making the incorrect decision. We are literally making a narrow-minded decision, and we are valuing one particular individual's opinion over the complete whole and the community at large. So, greater good principle. Guys, this principle will help you in life, okay? I promise you, in all aspects. But let's get into the value that you're creating. So, the first person that you're bringing value to is your team members. Your team members. You are including in this box, right? Whenever you do a deal, you're bringing economic value and goodwill to you and your whole team. You're providing opportunity so they can feed their families and put food on the table and pay for their electric bills. Very, very important. This don't underestimate the importance of this. You are literally bringing economic value to your whole team, including yourself, so they can provide for their families. Super, super important. The second person is you're providing value for the seller. This is someone that they're selling a property. It's probably a distressed situation, right? Or there's something going on, right? They have some personal stuff going on. Even if they're hemming and hawing, because oftentimes sellers will hem and haw all the way to the closing line. Even if they're doing that, the economic value, the opportunistic value that you're bringing this seller cannot be understated. Typically what will happen is maybe a year down the road, they'll figure out like, man, I'm really, really glad I made that decision. I'm glad that this person pushed me forward because maybe their emotions and their feelings would have sabotaged their own success. The third person that you're bringing value to is the buyer, the real estate buyer, the investor. You're providing an asset. You're providing a real estate asset for someone. That cannot be underestimated. That is huge. You're providing an economic opportunity for an investor to come in, buy this property, do their work that they want to do to it, whether they rent it out and they have it as a rental in their portfolio, or they want to fix it and they want to go sell it and flip it on the marketplace. You're providing economic opportunity for the real estate investor. The next person you're providing value to is the title company. Now, title companies are in business when they close deals, right? So when you're able to bring them a new transaction, you are benefiting the title company. You're allowing them to be able to transact and make money for the company, but you're also allowing them to employ their employees, right? Their employees get paid when they close deals. So you're providing good opportunity in the marketplace for title companies whenever you're able to bring them a new transaction. The next person is the family and or the future homeowner of this property. So typically we're dealing with distressed properties, right? So what does that mean? Properties probably need a little bit of work before someone can actually, or someone wants to buy that and live in there long term. Guys, think big picture. Don't underestimate. There is a family with kids and dogs and the whole 9 yards that are gonna live in this house. This very same house that the sellers have in all their issues and all their stuff, that very same house, there's gonna be a family that's gonna live there for 30 years and they're gonna have memories, they're gonna have Thanksgiving there and Christmas there, and they're gonna share love there, and they're gonna have babies there and all that fun stuff. Guys, like, sometimes we lose perspective. You're providing value for the future family that's gonna live in this home. The next person, or people, community. What do I mean by community? You're helping the neighborhood raise value. Whenever you get this deal done, the buyer is going to fix the property and do a value add on the property, right? What that's gonna do for the other houses is gonna increase value in the neighborhood. So you're providing the community to be able to increase their appreciation on their properties versus having maybe a neighborhood where there's like a really, eyesore of a property, right, that needs a lot of work. That property that's a problematic property will actually bring down values. It will deter people from moving into the neighborhood. So you're providing opportunity for the community so the neighborhood can appreciate and value. Last but not least, is your company. You're providing economic opportunity for the company. You're providing opportunity for the company to profit and to keep growing so you can still keep doing what you're doing and knocking down deals. This is huge. Don't underestimate this. This is being a team player. This is massive. This is doing something bigger than yourself. You're providing opportunity for profit for the company that you're with and the company that you're a part of. Guys, don't underestimate the value that you bring. Don't look at this so narrow-minded. You're not just doing this for a commission check. There's many other layers that you're helping. Now, it's important that you remind yourself of this, because there's gonna be a deal where the seller's gonna hem and haw, okay? They're gonna hem and haw, they're gonna get emotional, they're gonna get a little wacky on you. And they're gonna try to make you feel bad. They're gonna try to make you feel guilty. You have to be strong. You have to be a principled person. Make decisions off the greater good principle. Don't allow one person or one person's emotions to stop all the value that you're creating in the marketplace. Be strong, be firm, be principled. Understand that you're doing something for the greater good. Now, if a seller is having an issue, that goes back to lesson number 1, right, which was mindset. Have empathy, right? Be able to put yourself in their shoes so you can understand what they're going through. But guys, make decisions off the greater good principle and what's gonna help the economy and the marketplace as a whole.